Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where my good friends Jason Dedeker teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible. Whew, bear with us today, everyone. I have been packing for the last 5 hours. I'm about to get on a plane on Sunday, so by the time this episode comes out, I will be in Hong Kong. Jason Dedeker are always busy. Let's be honest, all three of us are always busy, so...
No,
yeah.
It's just like, no, we, the three of us have made some very poor choices in service of our future selves as far as like the kind of tasks that we're taking on right now, especially for our other show. So just all three of us are stressed, but I think maybe that's a good context, a good heart context to be in for drinking and reading the Bible, so that hopefully by the time we get to the other side of this, we're too blessed to be stressed.
That would be great. I'm hoping.
My grandpa would have told me to turn to the Bible in these times. So.
He probably wouldn't have told you to also have a cocktail, but I definitely was excited for that part of this whole excursion as well. Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm honest with all of you, the only thing that I remember about Ezra is that he wasn't in the chapters that we read, and that
yes,
I guess we went back in time a little. Did we?
Well, no.
No.
Did we go back in time? Turn back time? No.
We've jumped forward a little bit.
Got it.
They are back in black, baby. They are heading back to Jerusalem and they're rebuilding the temple.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was what happened. And we got the reason you don't remember is because we had a long list of names of clans.
Now I remember. My mom and I
Yes.
talked about that the next day, and she was like, "You're getting better at saying them." I'm like, thank you.
That's great.
It's been long enough that I should get better at saying them by now. Yeah, and also I remember talking about that coin, that new little piece of gold.
The gold right in the
That
bonus.
had the guy
yes.
stamped on it, that still is around today and goes for like $12,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, Chase.
So, okay, I did look this up because I also, in getting ready for this, was remembering that we were going to ask Emily what happened. And I was like, I don't know what happened. So I went back
Thank God.
and I just looked at the chapter titles in the message, like the little headings that he gives to
I didn't even know
sections
there were.
to get.
Yeah.
That's a fun hack for if you want to recap what happened last time. So it was that Cyrus the Great conquered Babylon, and he was like, Yahweh is just all right with me. Like, go build a temple to him now. And they go off and start building a temple to Yahweh.
Uh-huh.
And then it was a really long list of all the families that went back to go build said temple. And then it was, we're building it. It's so cool. Here's all the workmen's and all the stuff that they're doing. And then we had a new king came along. Or no, all the noble people or whatever were like, did you know that these guys have been sassy to all the kings in the past and they're terrible?
Oh,
you shouldn't let them do this.
The whole smear campaign that happened.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And so then Xerxes was like, yeah, you're right. That does suck what they're doing. I do hate them. And so he said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. No more castles in the sky. No more temples to Yahweh.
What metaphors? Oh, okay. Thank you. You got to just spell it out right now for me, please. Don't do these mixed metaphors. Thank you. My brain is like, what am I bringing? Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
But got it. Okay, that was helpful. That was definitely helpful.
So that's where we left off, was all the work has stopped because of these rumor mongers who said bad things to Xerxes. And Xerxes was like, yeah, you're right. I looked it up in the history books and it is true. They're a rebellious bunch. And
Wow.
we can't have that.
Well, all right.
Got it.
Well, so I'm excited to see what'll happen this week.
I'm excited to see if Ezra is going to make an appearance.
the man himself or the lady
Yeah.
herself or the person themselves. Who knows?
Yeah. Do we have casting to do at some point?
Well, it's hard when there's been no personality whatsoever. It's hard when there's not a person,
It's
really.
true.
Yeah.
It's like a casting notice and there's literally no description for what the character is. Just a name.
I mean, that's better than some of the descriptions that come out in Hollywood, let me tell you, as you know.
that's fair. I think we wait and see
Okay.
how this next chapter goes, and then we may have to make some executive decisions
Yeah.
and cast someone maybe really bland, someone who would just
Someone real
That's
milk
fine.
toast.
who would just disappear
Yeah.
into the
Mhm.
wall if you weren't even noticing, which doesn't tend to be most actors in Hollywood. So that's going to be the real challenge.
No.
Right. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Or maybe some kind of character actor that you've seen a billion cajillion times, but no one knows their name.
Well, that's fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's an option.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's also possible that Ezra shows up and just blows the doors off the place, and we're like, "Whoa, this person's
Whoa.
awesome. We need to cast someone big." So we'll see.
Yeah. What are you two drinking?
I am quite greedily drinking this Elysian Dragon's Tooth Stout. Because let me tell you, I felt like a
Ooh,
real...
Look at how cool that looks.
Yeah, I felt like a real dragon these
Mm,
past few days. Been real cranky and stressed, so I think it's appropriate.
Yeah.
cool.
As far as stouts go, it's all right. I mean, it's quite like dark chocolatey.
Yum.
You know, got that like bitterness and also that creaminess. I'm into it.
That's fun. I love that.
Sweet.
I decided to honor the one to whom we're building this temple by making a drink with the Rock's Terramana tequila.
Mm.
So this is Terramana tequila and some mango flavored Jaliscos,
Ooh.
delicious Mexican soda.
Yum.
And I put a little bit of bitters in it just so that I felt a little more like a grown up.
Did you mean Jarritos?
That's the one. What did I say? Jaliscos?
Jalisco's
Oh yeah.
is a
Jalisco's?
place. That's
It's a
a
different
location in Guadalajara.
Farts.
Got it.
Yes, Jarritos is what's in here,
Yes.
and
Okay.
it's great. Yes, it's wonderful. And also, there's something we haven't done in a little bit before we get to Emily's beautiful drink, and that is a real quick
Rocket clock.
What?
Yes.
That's
I'm
right.
so
It's rocket
excited.
clock.
It feels like it's been years since we've had a rocket clock. I was just in the grocery store. Maybe this is the tiny precursor rocket clock. I was just in the grocery store and saw his branded energy drink.
He has an energy drink?
Oh,
Yes.
wait! I didn't even know about this.
Well, it's at least branded with him / Black Adam because they're doing all the promos for that right now.
I was
and I thought,
I was
I'll
gonna
get it. And then I
ask.
was like, no. If I drink an energy drink, especially with alcohol, that's going to murder me flat out. So I just kind
No.
of gave him my love from the grocery store checkout line.
Don't do that. Yeah. No, but really, like, is it that Black Adam did well in the box office, but apparently isn't a very good movie?
Is that the news?
That's not the news, actually. Twist. It's not about Black Adam at all. It's more about a conspiracy theory that I have about
Oh.
The Rock. And that has to do with the fact that if you notice, all of the posters for Black Adam, as well as that like superhero dogs movie that he's in,
Oh, yeah.
all these things, you'll notice his credit is always just Dwayne Johnson. And it's been that way for a while. And I feel like in a lot of interviews, I'm never hearing anyone call him The Rock. It's always just
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson or DJ. And my theory is that he's pushing really hard on this rebranding so that he can eventually run for president and not have the name The Rock when he's running for president. He's kind of rebranding.
But the minute that he runs for president, everyone's going to remember that he's The Rock. And that's
He
what...
said things like candy asses.
Yeah, it's going to be like hashtag The Rock for president, hashtag opposition party's a candy ass. Like
That's
it's
good.
going to
Indeed,
be
they
I
are.
do like that.
like no one's going to forget that he's The Rock.
Wow.
Is it just he doesn't want to have to write that
Okay.
in on like his application form?
Yeah, maybe that's it. I just think he's trying to get us to think of him differently in preparation for this. And I assume that his ex-wife, who runs all of his like campaign manager stuff, is the one who had this idea.
But yeah, okay, yeah, Sam in the chat is making a good point. Yeah, in California, when I was growing up in California, we had Arnold Schwarzenegger as our governor, and everyone called him the Governator. Like, that's literally what everybody called him. It's not like everybody forgot. He was just the Governator.
No, nobody forgets.
I don't know if anyone called him that to his face, but
probably
I called him that.
Probably.
I guess so, but but with Arnold Schwarzenegger, we all knew that he was the Terminator, but we also all knew that his name was Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I think with The Rock, a lot of people are just like The Rock. And they're like, what was his name? I don't remember. And so I think he's really trying to drive home that he does have a real
human name.
American name.
A real human name.
A real human American name who can run for president.
It's not just a rock.
Anyway, that's my theory. Thank you for that.
Okay,
Emily, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a sparkling elderflower, which has the last of my beautiful Empress gin, and then elderflower liqueur and lemon juice and tonic water. It's great.
Beautiful.
Love it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, without delaying any farther, let's see if we get to meet the Ezra himself. In this reading today. All right, we are going to be reading Ezra chapter 5 through 7 today, and then Psalms 144 to 146. As we get started, we want to remind everyone to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
You can drink along with us, or you can listen to us while you're in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time.
And with that, Ezra chapter 5.
Get free.
Now the prophets, Haggai the prophet, and Zechariah, the son of Iddo, prophesied to the Jews who were in Judah and Jerusalem. In the name of God of Israel, prophesied they to them. Then rose up Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and Jeshua, the son of Jozadak, and began to build the house of God, which is at Jerusalem.
It's good.
So I guess we just started to build it again. I wonder if we've gotten permission now, or if we're just
like the campaign was over with now. We documented that drama, but maybe the resolution of that drama was kind of boring.
Yeah.
They did it. They're doing it.
Or like maybe a chapter's missing.
And we went through an appeals process for at least 6 months. And
they had to get a petition signed by enough of the neighboring towns or something like that. It was fine.
Yeah.
Okay. And with them were the prophets of God helping them. At the same time came to them Tattenai, the governor beyond the river.
Oh.
And
wow. Wonder what that means.
Do you think, quick, shoot from the hip predictions. Tattenai, do you think he's going to be an ally or an enemy?
I think he's going to be a poop face.
Okay.
Probably an enemy, yeah.
Yeah. Across the river?
I think this is...
We don't like people who weren't from here.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. It's across the
Those river people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Came to them Tattenai, the governor beyond the river. That's a capitalized river. And Shethar-bozenai.
That's a tough one. Well done.
And Shethar-bozenai and their companions, and said thus to them, Who gave you a decree to build this house and to finish
classic.
This wall?
It just doesn't end. Just does not end. Yeah. Constant zoning issues.
Then we told them, we're suddenly in like a first person kind of
weird.
A situation. Okay.
They love to do that.
Then we told them after this manner what the names of the men were who were making this building. See, so we're like,
okay.
Oh, that's Haggai and Zechariah. And Jeshua. I don't know. That's them doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think this governor across the river is like, it's blocking my view of even more sand?
Probably.
So you shouldn't be doing that.
This is an HOA issue here.
Oh, definitely. I think this is competing HOAs, honestly.
Whoa.
Oh, yikes. Yeah. Okay.
I think this is one against another. Right?
That's a rough time.
Okay. So we told them the names of the men who were making this building. But the eye of their God was on the elders of the Jews, and they did not make them cease until the matter should come to Darius, and then answer should be returned by letter concerning it. I don't know
Yeah, I need help. I need
what
help with
was
that.
said.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this a message situation, I think?
Sure.
Okay. Who issued you a permit to rebuild this temple and restore it to use? Then we told them the names of the men responsible for this construction work.
Okay.
But, oh, I see. But God had his eyes on the leaders of the Jews. So the work wasn't stopped until a report could reach Darius. I think it's just sort of
Like he was looking out for
saying,
them.
oh, well, he's looking out for them. So they realize, like, oh, we've got to jump through some bureaucracy hoops to get you to stop. So, okay. They're waiting for a letter to come back from Darius. The copy of the letter that Tatnai, the governor beyond the river, and Shethar-Bozenai and his companions, the Apharsakites,
Wow.
Apharsakites, maybe. Apharsakites, something like that, who were beyond the river, sent to Darius the king. They sent a letter to him in which was written thus. Okay, here we go. Another one of our letters to the king to be like,
Okay.
don't let these guys build this here.
Yeah.
To Darius the king, all peace.
Peace be with you.
Let it...
Oh, but remember last time,
Yeah.
wasn't it like peace and so forth?
Right, it was. Peace and so forth. Let it be known to the king that we went into the province of Judah to the house of the great God, which is built with great stones, and timber is laid in the walls. And this work goes on with diligence and prospers in their hands. Then asked we those elders and said to them thus, who gave you a decree to build this house and to finish this wall? We asked them their names also, to inform you that we might write the names of the men who were at the head of them. Thus they returned us answer, saying, we are the servants of the God of heaven and earth, and are building the house that was built these many years ago, which a great king of Israel built and finished. But after that, our fathers had provoked the God of heaven to wrath. He gave them into the land of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, the Chaldean, who destroyed this house and carried the people away into Babylon.
Okay, so he destroyed the temple. Got it.
Well, yeah, but this is like a letter from these people across the river explaining to
What
Darius
happened?
the whole story.
Yeah, it's a HOA drama. It's all about we got to get it in writing. We need to document.
Yeah.
I talked to this person on this date and this is what they told me. And then I went to this person on this date and I took a picture of their apartment and then they came out and yelled at me and then this is what they said to me. Like this is classic. Yeah, we're making a formal complaint.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So then they're telling the story. So this is still all in the letter, right? So they said that Yahweh, or their God, was mad at them to let them be carried away into Babylon. But in the first year of Cyrus, king of Babylon, Cyrus the king made a decree to build this house of God.
Mm-hmm.
The gold and silver vessels, also of the house of God, which Nebuchadnezzar took out of the temple that was in Jerusalem and brought them into the temple of Babylon, those did King Cyrus take out of the temple of Babylon, and they were returned to the one whose name was Sheshbazzar, whom he made a governor. And he said to him, take these vessels, go, put them in the temple that is in Jerusalem, and let the house of God be built in its place. Then came the same Sheshbazzar and laid the foundation of the house of God, which is in Jerusalem. And since that time, even until now, has it been in building, and yet it is not completed.
In building, like
Oh.
in the process of being built.
Yeah, that's how
Got
I read
it.
it at least.
Got it. Okay.
But it's not yet completed. Maybe they're complaining about how long it's taking and
Yeah.
all the, the jackhammers and cranes
Yeah,
and stuff.
we have been
or,
dealing with this for years.
Yeah. Now, therefore, okay, here's the request. Now, therefore, if it seem good to the king, let there be search made in the king's treasure house, which is there at Babylon, whether it be so, that a decree was made of Cyrus the king to build this house of God at Jerusalem. Ooh, they're like, can you check? Did Cyrus actually make this decree?
Interesting.
Because, I don't know, man. And let the king send his pleasure to us concerning this matter. So they're like writing to the House of Records, basically, to be like, could we get a copy of the permit that these people say that they have? This is some real drama.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. And that's the end of chapter 5.
Still no Ezra.
I have to say, this is so relevant. I recently I'm very proud to say I made my very first complaint to an HOA.
Oh, really? About what?
Jace is now on the HOA board. Now, that was not me just complaining to Jace. Those things happened separately.
Wait. Okay, you're on the board, Jace, and now what?
I'm now on the
Nice.
board for our HOA, which is cool.
Is this a new
This
development?
is new as
Yes,
of
brand
just
new.
this last week. Yeah.
Brand new.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm very important.
So we both feel like real adults now, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
encompassing probably the worst parts of the home ownership experience, having to complain to an HOA and having to be an HOA perhaps.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, folks. Chapter 6. Then Darius the king made a decree, and a search was made in the house of the archives, where the treasures were laid up in Babylon. There was found at Achmetha, in the palace that is in the province of Media, a scroll, and therein was thus written for a record. In the first year of Cyrus the king made a decree concerning the house of God at Jerusalem. Let the house be built, the place where they offer sacrifices, and let the foundations of it be strongly laid, the height of it 60 cubits,
Oh.
and the breadth of it 60 cubits, with 3 courses of great stones, and a course of new timber, and let the expenses be given out of the king's house. Now that's a new piece of information. I didn't recall that the king was like, and I'll pay for it.
Yeah. I mean, he gave all the gold and silver from the temple, but yeah, I don't remember if he paid for it before.
He gave back all the stuff that Nebuchadnezzar had stolen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the 29 knives and 30 plates and
Oh,
stuff.
right.
And,
I forgot about that. And they were missing some.
but I didn't realize that he was kind of footing the bill for this one.
Okay.
Okay. Also, let the gold and silver vessels of the house of God, which Nebuchadnezzar took forth out of the temple which is at Jerusalem and brought to Babylon, be restored, and brought again to the temple which is at Jerusalem, everyone to its place, and you shall put them in the house of God. Now, therefore, Tatnai,
Who?
governor beyond the river,
Oh, that guy.
Shethar-bozenai, and your companions, the Apharsachites, who are beyond the river, be you far from there. Let the work of this house of God alone. Let the governor of the Jews and the elders of the Jews build this house of God in its place. Moreover, I make a decree, what you shall do to these elders of the Jews for the building of this house of God, that of the king's goods, even of the tribute beyond the river, expenses be given with all diligence to these men, that they be not hindered. That which they need of, both young bulls and rams and lambs, for burnt offerings to the God of heaven, also wheat, salt, wine, and oil, according to the word of the priests who are at Jerusalem, let it be given them day by day without fail, that they may offer sacrifices of sweet savor to the God of heaven. And pray for the life of the king and of his sons. Also, I've made a decree that whoever shall alter this word, let a beam be pulled out from his house. Gosh.
Whoa.
Wow.
And
Sheesh.
They always go to 11, you know?
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
yeah.
that's not 11 for them. 11 would be killing their entire family. So this is a 7.
Well, I am not finished yet.
oh,
so,
okay. Well, maybe they're going to do that.
Good.
Go.
Good.
And I've made a decree that whoever shall alter this word, let a beam be pulled out from his house, and let him be lifted up and fastened thereon, and let his house be made a dunghill for this. And the God who caused his name to dwell there overthrow all kings and peoples who shall put forth their hand to alter the same, to destroy this house of God which is at Jerusalem. I, Darius, have made a decree. Let it be done with all diligence.
Wow.
Whew. Then Tatnai, the governor beyond the river, Shethar-bozenai and their companions, because that Darius the king had sent, did accordingly with all diligence. Okay, they're like, oh, all right, cool. Found the
Sure.
right paperwork. That's fine. I
Well
don't
done.
want my house to be a dunghill.
It's true. Yeah.
Everything seems to be in order here.
Yes.
The elders of the Jews built and prospered through the prophesying of Haggai the prophet and Zechariah the son of Iddo. They built and finished it,
Oh,
according to the commandment of the God of Israel.
good.
Okay, so we can stop complaining about it being unfinished.
It's done now. Maybe it kind of kicked their butts into gear a little bit, I'm just going to say. Just a little.
Oh, that's good. I like
Yeah.
that.
A little bit of butt
Like, you know what? They're right. We have been taking a long time to build this.
And according to the decree of Cyrus and Darius and Artaxerxes, king of Persia. The house was finished on the 3rd day of the month Adar, which was in the 6th year of the reign of Darius the king. The children of Israel, the priests and the Levites, and the rest of the children of the captivity kept the dedication of this house of God with joy. They offered at the dedication of this house of God 100 bulls, 200 rams, 400 lambs, and for a sin offering for all of Israel, 12 male goats, according to the number of the tribes of Israel.
Of course. Classic. Classic.
I just imagine though, we eating nothing but meat? Is that what happens when we do these big sacrifices?
I
Like
would
no one's preparing
go. I
any
would
side
starve.
dishes?
It would be bad. I would just be eating the unleavened bread
So much.
and the oil and
Right, the meal offerings
Yeah.
and the oil offerings.
Some oil and
yeah,
flour mixed
yeah.
together.
exactly. It would
Right.
be bad news.
They set the priests in their divisions and the Levites in their courses for the service of God, which is at Jerusalem, as it is written in the book of Moses. The children of the captivity kept the Passover on the 14th day of the 1st month. For the priests and the Levites had purified themselves together. All of them were pure. And they killed the Passover for all the children of the captivity.
What?
And for their, I'm assuming
sorry,
maybe
what?
the Passover sacrifice.
Must be.
They
Must be.
murdered the Passover.
They killed all the firstborns
Dang.
again in
Just in case.
memoriam,
Just for fun.
yeah.
For all the children of the
'Cause we
captivity,
can.
and for their brothers the priests, and for themselves, the children of Israel who had come again out of the captivity, and all such as had separated themselves to them from the filthiness of the nations of the land, to seek Yahweh, the God of Israel, ate, and kept the feast of unleavened bread 7
Huh.
days with joy. Oh, so it would be, Emily, you'd just be eating unleavened bread
Yep.
the entire time.
Yep.
For Yahweh had made them joyful, and had turned the heart of the king of Assyria to them, to strengthen their hands in the work of the house of God, the God of Israel. Well, things have taken a turn for the better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's nice for everyone.
things are looking up.
That's fun.
Yeah. For sure. Should we take a little break?
Yeah, so we're going to take a quick break to talk about how you can support this show before we go on to the final chapter of Ezra for today. And then next week will be the last episode of Ezra. So, real fast paced excitement going on here.
Oh, wow.
Yes. The best thing that you can do is to tell your friends about the show. Bring them along. Come check it out. If you want to check out the live shows, they're a lot of fun. You can go to drunkbiblestudy.com/live and get information about that. Or you can go to twitch.tv/drunkbiblestudy and follow us there to get notifications about when we go live every Thursday. Also, if you're able to contribute to this show and you love us that much, we would love your support on our Patreon. You can get to that at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. And as a thank you for your support there, we have things like early releases of episodes, personal toasts on the show, Emily's drink recipes, and of course, our loving kindness.
We're back. Let's do it. Now we're on to chapter 7. Here we go. Now, after all these things, in the reign of how do you say Artaxerxes?
Artaxerxes is what we said? Yeah.
Artaxerxes, king of Persia. Ezra, whoa! Hey.
Oh.
He's there.
Hey, man.
Hey.
We don't know if it's the same Ezra.
I'm
It's gotta be.
sure it
Come on.
is. I'm just going to pretend it is. Ezra, the son of Shariah, the son of Azariah, the son of Hilkiah, the son of Shallum, the son of the son of Zadok, the son of Ahitub, the son of Amariah, the son of Azariah, the son of Merioth, the son of Zerahiah, the son of Uzi, the son of Buki, the son of Abishua, the son of Phineas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the chief priest.
Oh, do you think it's the Aaron?
No, I don't think
Oh,
it's that Aaron. I don't think it's.
You don't think so?
No, I think we
What?
just established
Oh.
this genealogy
see.
to try to give
okay.
cred to Ezra to be like he
Oh.
was descended from Aaron.
From
the
Aaron.
ridge
Okay.
priest.
Because Aaron is the last one on this
Whoa.
list. Got it. Okay, so he's Aaron's
Yeah.
genie.
He's Aaron's genie, yes. It's going to grant him 3 wishes.
Yeah, this Ezra went up from
Wow.
Babylon, and he was
Okay, sorry. Hold on. I just saw it in the message.
Yes.
So he goes through that thing, right? Of like Ezra was the son of it goes through that whole list. And then verse 6, just the first sentence just says, that's Ezra, period. And then goes on. It's just like, because he knew.
That one.
He's like, I'm on chapter 7 and I haven't met Ezra yet. He's like, that's him. He's here now.
I just want to say, yes, Dedeker does assign these chapters.
I really didn't plan it this way this time. Either this
This
one
time.
was genuinely an
Exactly.
accident.
This time. It's okay.
Sometimes I have planned it, but
It's fine. Okay, this Ezra went up from Babylon, and he was a ready scribe in the law of Moses, which Yahweh, the God of Israel, had given. And the king granted him all his requests, according to the hand of Yahweh his God on him. There went up some of the children of Israel, and of the priests, and of the Levites, and of the singers, and of the porters, and of the Nethium, to Jerusalem in the 7th year of Artaxerxes?
Artaxerxes, right?
Arta.
Isn't that what we
Yeah,
landed on?
Xerxes. That it says it right there. Come on. Artaxerxes, the king, he came to Jerusalem in the 5th month, which was in the 7th year of the king. For on the 1st day of the 1st month began he to go up from Babylon, and on the 1st day of the 5th month came he to Jerusalem according to the good hand of his God on him. For Ezra had set his heart to seek the law of Yahweh, and to do it, and to teach in Israel statutes and ordinances. Now, this is the copy of the letter that the king,
Another letter.
yeah, they love their letters in this thing. And this here book, Artaxerxes gave to Ezra the priest, the scribe, so he's a scribe, even the scribe of the words of the commandments of Yahweh and of his statutes to Israel, Artaxerxes, king of kings, to Ezra the priest. Okay, Ezra's a priest. We're learning more about him.
so he's a priest and a scribe.
A priest
Also, he's
and
dual
a
classed.
scribe.
And a gentleman and
a scholar. Thank you, Jace. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So Raphael Star in the chat is saying that Ezra needs to be, I guess, cast as someone who can play as a bookworm or a librarian or a nerd.
Okay, I have
But also a boss.
an idea.
What's that?
Yeah.
Wait, the guy who's in all of who played sorry.
Jesus, this is hurting you.
In the Dumbledore movies, not the Dumbledore movies, but like the
Eddie
prequels.
Redmayne.
Thank
How to
you.
catch all the
That's
all
him.
the monsters.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay,
Eddie
that's
Redmayne.
good. Let me double check that we
Redmayne.
haven't already cast him.
Eddie Redmayne.
Eddie
Reddy's.
Reddy's. No, he's still up. So I like that casting.
Yeah,
that's
no, that's fun.
appropriate.
Who
Yeah.
did he
okay.
play? He played that one guy who was really smart.
For Florius.
The Theory of Everything.
Flinglebottom.
Oh,
that one.
no.
Yeah.
Uh,
no. I mean, yes, but no.
Do none of us know his name?
Well, okay. Here's
Guy in
yes,
the Theory
I
of
know.
Everything.
Stephen Hawking is who you're
Thank
talking
you.
about.
Stephen Hawking. For God's sake, this is an 8% beer. I just realized.
Listen,
so
I'm
not
having not a minimal amount of alcohol and a minimal amount of food today, and a lot of standing and sitting. You know how like physical packing is when there's three suitcases.
3 suitcases.
Whole house.
Emily.
3 suitcases. Emily, come on.
Well, there's 2 big suitcases and one carry-on.
Oh my goodness.
Just in case, because my partner's suitcases did not make it to his destination. So I'm like, I have to pack for like 4 days just in case like my suitcases get lost. And that's what I'm doing right now.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, we can unpack your packing situation a
Yeah.
little bit later.
I would really
but-
like you to. We'll do that later, but because the 2 of you are much better at it than I
Okay.
am.
Well, we
Okay.
can consult.
Okay.
We'll consult.
Where was I?
Okay.
Artaxerxes, king of kings, to Ezra the priest, the scribe of the law of the God of heaven, perfect, and so forth, and so forth, and so forth.
Good.
I make a decree that all those of the people of Israel and their priests and the Levites in my realm who are minded of their own free will to go to Jerusalem go with you, because you are sent of the king and of his 7 counselors to inquire concerning Judah and Jerusalem according to the law of your God which is in your hand, and to carry the silver and gold which the king and his counselors have freely offered to the God of Israel, whose habitation is in Jerusalem, and all of the silver and gold that you shall find in the province of Babylon, with the free will offering of the people and of the priests offering willingly for the house of their God which is in Jerusalem. I don't know what's happening.
I think what we're getting here is that first, all the stuff that we've read up till here was kind of like setting the scene for Ezra.
Okay.
So there'd been this decree, build the temple, give you back your gold and silver stuff. And then they did it, and there was all that drama with the HOAs and the zoning boards and whatever. And then it's like, okay, now Ezra comes along, and he's a priest and a scholar and just general cool guy. And Yahweh is like so on his side that he gets whatever he wants. And he goes to the king now after they've established that thing of, oh yeah, no, actually the king's even going to pay for your construction. So then Ezra comes along, and he's the one that they're, I guess, sending now with all this gold and silver for it. That's how I'm reading it, at least. Does that track with what you're getting?
Yeah, that sounds possible.
Anything's possible with this book.
Sure.
Therefore, you shall with all diligence buy with this money money.
What?
With this money, bowls. Do they have money? Does he get, oh yeah, gold and silver. There it is.
Yeah.
So you're going to buy bulls, rams, lambs with their meal offerings and their
To
drink
replace
offerings.
all those ones that we just killed in that
Yeah.
huge week-long sacrifice session.
Great.
Okay.
Great way to use our resources.
Yeah.
With all their meal offerings and their drink offerings, and shall offer them on the altar of the house of your God. So we're just going to kill these ones too. Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine.
Great. Unless maybe we've backtracked in time and these are those same ones.
know.
It's really unclear. It might be,
I
actually.
don't know. Whatever shall seem good to you and to your brothers to do with the rest of the silver and the gold, they do you after the will of your God. So go nuts. It's going to be fine.
So it's sort of like a,
Have fun.
treat yourself to something nice with the change, like that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Don't spend it all in one place, kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. The vessels that are given to you for the service of your house of your God deliver you before the God of Jerusalem. Whatever more shall be needful for the house of your God, which you shall have occasion to bestow it out of the king's treasure house. He has a treasure house. Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I think he's saying and anything else you need, just let me know. I'll pay for it too.
Okay. Well, that's
which
nice
is
of him.
surprising. Yeah.
Yeah. Even I, Artaxerxes the king, do make a decree to all the treasurers who are beyond the river that whatever Ezra the priest, the scribe of the law of the God of heaven shall require of you, it be done with all diligence to 100 talents of silver and to 100 measures of wheat and to 100 baths of wine. Whoa.
Well, a whole bath
They're
of wine.
bathing in wine?
That's big.
Okay, I don't know. Or maybe that's just like a unit of measurement, which is weird.
Oh, yes. No, a bath is a unit of measurement.
But is that still like a barrel, like a cask?
Is it like a literal bath?
It's probably a good amount. But,
Yeah.
he's got a bunch of people with him. He said, whoever wants to go to Jerusalem with you, you can take them. So, they're going to need some supplies.
Yeah.
Also, Dedeker, we just not too long ago when we were in Scotland, we're outside of that palace that supposedly has a bath where the queen can come bathe in wine.
Oh.
You mean
Remember that?
I think you're getting the facts of the story
Did you mean the
wrong.
queen that is now deceased?
Yeah, well, I mean, any queen who's a queen, but yes, that
No,
queen.
Jace is making it sound
Well,
like
Camilla is not a queen.
Jace is making it sound
I'm just
like
going to put it out there.
QE2 herself, if she wanted to, could have come to this palace and bathed in wine. The real story was that there was maybe a rumor that this one Queen of Scotland perhaps bathed in wine once in this particular palace,
Oh,
and it's unlikely
dang
that
it.
it's true because it was probably part of trying to make the claim that she was a witch.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
cool.
there it is. So, to 100 baths of oil and salt without prescribing how much.
Wait,
So,
what?
like,
Sorry,
sorry, what?
Hold
All
on.
the salt in the
Hold on, we
world.
were so precise. We were so precise about all the
It
provisions.
literally says, and salt without prescribing how
And
much.
just as do you think, okay, without prescribing how much, do you think that counts as
An ocean's worth of salt.
do you think that counts as at literally as much salt as you would like, as much salt as your donkeys can carry, as much salt as you feel like picking up that day?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm really looking at the message here. And in this, it's kind of saying that Artaxerxes is saying to the town across the Euphrates,
hmm
which I don't know if that's where Jerusalem is or if that's across from Jerusalem. I'm unclear on which side Artaxerxes is on, but either way,
You don't think it's the Jordan River?
it says the Euphrates in the
Oh,
message
it says
here.
the Euphrates. Okay.
But who knows, right?
But who knows if he's right or not.
Yeah. So anyway, he says to that town, you should give Ezra the priest whatever he wants up to 100 talents of silver, 650 bushels of wheat, 607 gallons each of wine and olive oil, and there is no limit on the salt.
Wow.
So they can just, as much as they can carry.
Yeah, salt
you
is
gotta give
precious,
it to
though.
them. It is,
you know.
yeah.
So it's quite a gift.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So, okay, I left off on 100 baths of wine to 100 baths of oil and salt without prescribing too much. Whatever is commanded by the God of heaven, let it be done exactly for the house of the God of heaven. For why should there be wrath against the realm of the king and his sons? Also, we inform you that touching any of the priests and the Levites, the singers, porters, Nethiam, or tribute custom, or servants, of this house of God, it shall not be lawful to impose tribute, custom, or toll on them. So don't touch them.
So they're also tax-free. They're duty-free.
They're duty-free people.
Yeah. I think he's saying that maybe it's because they're buying it from a boat on the Euphrates. And so it's sort of a customs-free,
Oh.
duty-free shop.
Can we interest you in
Hmm.
a bottle of Coco Chanel and 6,000 cigarettes?
Right. Exactly.
We
You got
interest
it.
you
got it.
in a bunch of matcha. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I remember the duty-free area in the Shanghai airport, and it was very vast. It was
Yes.
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's awesome, yeah. You, Ezra, after the wisdom of your God, who is in your hand, appoint magistrates and judges who may judge all the people who are beyond the river, all such as know the laws of your God and teach you of him who doesn't know them. Whoever will not do the law of your God and the law of the king, let judgment be executed on him with all diligence, whether it to
Cool.
be to death or to banishment or to confiscation of goods or to imprisonment.
Oh, man.
They're going to confiscate goods.
Yeah, no, I was just reading the message version and I really liked it, where he said that, anyone who does not obey the teaching of your God and of the king must be tried and sentenced at once. Death, banishment, a fine, prison, whatever.
Oh, just literally go nuts.
I was really, yeah, I was hoping he was going to end with some kind of World English Bible version of, and
Amazing.
whatever you can think of.
Yeah. Okay, we're almost done here. Blessed be Yahweh, the God of our fathers, who has put such a thing as this in the king's heart to beautify the house of Yahweh, which is in Jerusalem, and has extended loving kindness to me before the king and his counselors, and before all the king's mighty princes. I was strengthened according to the hand of Yahweh my God on me, and I gathered together out of Israel chief men to go up with me. Is this Ezra?
Yeah.
Well, this sounds freaking great. This sounds like he's got the VC money
Yeah.
and now he's just going to roll up on Jerusalem to make things right.
I mean, that's nice
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's nice for him.
Cool. Okay. So I guess what this
Hell yeah, Eddie Redmayne. Redmayne.
Redman.
Maine.
Redman, as Griffin McElroy calls him.
Red man. Red man.
So that means that we have 3 or 4 chapters left for next week.
Yeah.
8, 9, 10. So 3 more chapters left.
And that's
And
it.
I assume it's all going to be now Ezra like a boss, just, saying, okay, cool. We got this sweet temple. Here's what we're going to do. Here's how we're going to be cool. And I think it's just all going to be, I imagine these last 3 chapters are going to be like the first 30 minutes of Wolf of Wall Street kind of a thing. It's like
Gosh.
everything's just great. We're living luxuriously out on yachts and making great investments. That's how I'm imagining this.
Is that how Wolf of Wall Street ends? Spoilers?
No.
No, I'm saying the
No.
first 30 minutes.
Oh, I thought you said the last 30 minutes.
No, the first 30 minutes.
the last 3 chapters of Ezra.
Okay, we start high and then it's
is-
all
yeah,
a crash.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, is it time?
It is time. And now it's time for Silly Psalms with DBS, the part of the show where DBS comes out and reads some psalms. Psalm 144 by David. Classic. Blessed be Yahweh, my rock. Dwayne Johnson is actually what he meant to say. Who teaches my hands to war and my fingers to battle. My loving kindness, my fortress, my high tower, my deliverer, my shield, and he in whom I take refuge, who subdues my people under me. This verse sounds really familiar. I think this might be one of those ones that ends up in like hymns or something.
Oh,
Something
okay,
about him
sure,
being my
sure.
Oh,
fortress,
really?
my high tower, my deliverer. That
Oh,
sounds really
yes.
familiar.
Yes. Okay. You know what? We're going to talk about this in the bonus. It's going to be,
Okay.
yeah, I
Okay.
gotcha.
Great. I also just realized looking back that he said, he teaches my hands to war and my fingers to battle.
Oh,
Like,
battle fingers.
Interesting. Okay. Yahweh, what is man that you care for him? Or the son of man that you think of him? Man is like a breath. His days are like a shadow that passes away. Part your heavens, Yahweh, and come down. Touch the mountains, and they will smoke. Throw out lightning and scatter them. Send out your arrows and rout them. Stretch out your hand from above, rescue me, and deliver me out of great waters, out of the hands of foreigners whose mouths speak deceit, whose right hand is a right hand of falsehood.
Sing.
Yeah.
Sing. I will sing a new song to you, God. On a 10-stringed lyre, I will sing praises to you. You are he who gives salvation to kings, who rescues David, his servant, from the deadly sword. Rescue me and deliver me out of the hands of foreigners, whose mouths speak deceit, whose right hand is a right hand of falsehood. That's the chorus of this song, I guess. Then our sons will be like well-nurtured plants, our daughters like pillars carved to adorn a palace. Cool. Our barns are full, filled with all kinds of provision. Our sheep produce thousands and 10,000s in our fields. Our oxen will pull heavy loads. There is no breaking in and no going away and no outcry in our streets. Happy are the people who are in such a situation. Happy
Mhm.
are the people whose God is Yahweh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We're so close to the end of this book.
I know.
We really are.
We're so close.
You have a wow. I love the name for this next one, which Dedeker is gonna read for you all now.
All right. Psalm 145, a psalm of praise of David. So not by David, just of
Wait, what
David.
which one are you on? Because I'm on
Oh, shoot.
BibleGateway.com.
No, hold on. I need to go
Oh.
with the right version. You're right. You're
Yep.
so right.
You are the NIV.
Yes.
That was the NIV.
Yep.
Let me do that
There
again.
it
Okay,
is.
Psalm 140. A praise psalm by David.
See, there it is. There it is.
Okay.
Little bit different. Little bit different.
I will exalt you, my God, the King. I will praise your name forever and ever. Every day I will praise you. I will extol your name forever and ever.
Wow.
Great is Yahweh and greatly to be praised.
Do we extol anymore?
No, I don't know.
What does that mean?
I feel like we don't extol as much as we used to.
You extol virtues.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
Can you tell me what an extolation is?
Extolation. I like that.
I think it's just telling people.
Cool.
I tried to Google extolation to see if that's a word, but all that's coming back is exfoliation. So
His greatness is unsearchable. One generation will commend your works to another and will declare your mighty acts. I will meditate on the glorious majesty of your honor, on your wondrous works. Men will speak of the might of your awesome acts. I will
Awesome.
declare your greatness. They will utter the memory of your great goodness and will sing of your righteousness. Yahweh is gracious, merciful, slow to anger, and of great loving kindness. Yahweh is good to all. His tender mercies are over all his works. All your works will give thanks to you, Yahweh. Your saints will extol you. All right, we got another drop on the word extol.
Extolation.
They will speak of the glory of your kingdom and talk about your power, to make known to the sons of men his mighty acts, the glory of the majesty of his kingdom. Your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom. Your dominion endures throughout all generations. Yahweh is faithful in all his words and loving in all his deeds. Yahweh upholds all who fall and raises up all those who are bowed down. The eyes of all wait for you. You give them their food in due season. You open your hand and satisfy the desire of every living thing. Yahweh is righteous in all his ways and gracious in all his works. Yahweh is near to all those who call on him and to all who call on him in truth. He will fulfill the desire of those who fear him. He also will hear their cry and will save them. Yahweh preserves all those who love him, but he will destroy all the wicked. Do not get me wrong. My mouth.
Come on, let's not go nuts here.
Yeah, my mouth will speak the praise of Yahweh. Let all flesh bless his holy name forever and ever.
And never, and ever, and ever.
Whew.
All right, one last one, everyone. Here we go. We're trying to get through this freaking book. Here we go. 146. Praise Yah. Praise Yahweh, my soul. While I live, I will praise Yahweh. I will sing praises to my God as long as I exist. Don't put your trust in princes,
Ugh,
in son,
everyone hates them.
Hate princes.
in a son of man in whom there is no help. His spirit departs, and he returns to the earth. And that very day his thoughts perish. Happy is he who has the God of Jacob.
Whoa, Emily,
That
jeez.
didn't happen. I'm sorry. I didn't warm up today for his help. You should have gotten me yesterday when I had a voice lesson. Whose hope is in Yahweh his God, who has made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them, who keeps truth forever, who executes justice for the oppressed, who gives food to the hungry. Yahweh frees the prisoners. Yahweh opens the eyes of the blind. Yahweh raises up those who are bowed down. Yahweh loves the righteous. Yahweh preserves the foreigners. He upholds the fatherless and widow, and he turns the way of the wicked upside down. Yahweh will reign forever. Your God, O Zion, to all generations, praise Yah. It's a bookended type situation. Like your hands did, Dedeker. Well done.
We're so close.
Ugh.
We're so close.
Next week is going to be the end of Psalms and the end of Ezra, right?
Goodness.
I'm not telling a lie there, am I?
No, that's the truth.
That's the truth.
That's the truth.
And then are we on Chronicles of Narnia?
No, we still have one more book to read before we get to
Oh
Chronicles of
my
Narnia, which is
God.
Nehemiah.
Okay.
So we'll have 4 episodes of Nehemiah and then
Ugh.
the Chronicles of Narnia. So,
But we'll start the Chronicles before the end of the year?
yes.
But then make a brief,
barely. Maybe.
Make a stop.
Maybe barely before the end of the year. We will see. I guess
Got it.
the first episode of Chronicles, if we keep on trucking and we don't take a week off for Thanksgiving, which we probably will.
Hold on.
I don't know.
If we don't take a week off for Thanksgiving, that means we're doing DBS on a Thanksgiving. And I know the rest of the world outside of America doesn't give any craps about that.
Right.
I mean,
But
listen,
here in America,
I'm gonna.
we care about family.
It's
okay?
gonna be on a different day where I'm gonna be, and whatever you all want. I
Right.
don't
Yeah. Okay.
care.
Actually, that's a good opportunity to make an announcement to the people here in the stream that
Yes.
Emily is going to Hong Kong for a couple months, and so what that means is next week we might be a little on our toes about what time DBS happens.
Yeah. I love you all. I'm sorry. They told me they're going to get me a schedule maybe in a couple days.
Okay.
Maybe before I leave, we'll see. And so that schedule may or may not tell me if I will or will not be available
Yeah.
at 5 p.m. Pacific,
So
which is like, what? Like 9 a.m.
Could it be like 8 a.m. for you, I think?
Cool.
So-
It's fine. I'll be jet lagged. Don't worry. I'll
If you don't
have some tea or something.
if you don't hear from us, it's going to be same time, same place, no worries. But if we need to make a schedule change, we'll post in all the appropriate places. We'll post in our Drunk Bible Study fans and fellowship group on Facebook, and we'll post on our Discord server as well.
Yeah, I feel like regardless, we should write something and be like, love you. Here we are.
I mean, Emily,
mean-
no one's going to stop you from just expressing love anytime you want in our fan groups.
yeah,
'cause-
I will love. It's interesting because the last time that I went overseas for one of these contracts, I feel like we had so much to do and I was the only one of the quartet that was on my days off.
Oh, also
still
working. Right.
Yes. But I feel like that's ramped up even more now because we have a book and we have 2 podcasts.
It's
And
because we are 3 people who love to have 3 jobs each.
Yeah.
So-
we are 3 people who love working and
Love
we are
it.
workaholics and that's who we are.
And the way we relax
So-
is by producing another podcast, this podcast.
This one
Right.
where we can fret about the, I guess, bandwidth of the internet
Right.
and also
Yeah.
drink in the same process. It'll be good.
Okay. All right. We got to go. We got to go
Yeah.
record a bonus episode before this falls apart.
Okay. Yay. Thank you for joining us for Bible study today. If you want to join the audience in our live stream shows, follow us on Twitch at Drunk Bible Study or go to drunkbiblestudy.com/live. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including early releases, cocktail recipes, personal toasts on the show, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and write us a nice review on iTunes, letting other people know what you like about it. You can also join fellow listeners in the Drunk Bible Study Fans and Fellowship Facebook group or on our Discord server at discord.drunkbiblestudy.com. Find us on Twitter at Drunk Bible Cast, on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email to info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Jason Lindgren, Dedeker Winston, and me, Emily Matlack. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album Home of the. For more information, visit us at drunkbiblestudy.com.
I made a memory about your dad. He's in a book club. Whoa. He's got a history of skimming past all the pages of ageless confessional shit.